All right. This is day 2 of me not being there, as you've already figured out, and I won't be there tomorrow either. So I just want to walk you guys through what you're doing today. So this is just going to be a real quick overview of what you're responsible for, where you need to be. So hopefully you don't have as many questions about what you need to do. So on Schoology, yours are going to look a little bit different when I finish it than this. But what I'm looking for from you guys is you need to finish the work that you did yesterday. If you follow the directions yesterday, you should have been through the end of the SHEG document without having to do the actual essay. If you didn't get that far, then this is where you need to start. So you need to have read and marked up your SHEG document about the entry into World War I from yesterday. At the end of the document, you need to make sure you answer all the questions. This thing's going to be graded, so you need to do a good job. And then this is where you should be picking up. If you're behind, then you need to work extra hard, or you're probably going to have homework tonight. But this is where you should be starting. So I need you to tell me, why did we enter the war? And I need 2 to 3 paragraphs for that response with support. So I want at least 3 specific references. So you're going to look, okay, why did we enter the war? You're going to form your opinion. We entered the war because this, this, and this. And you're going to go up here and you're going to pull out a quote or support from the documents to do that. So you need to make sure that you have at least 3 of those. You can refer to the document specifically. That's perfectly fine. You can give a direct quote or you can give a paraphrase. But I'm looking at somewhere in the range of 15 minutes to 20 minutes for you guys to write this essay out. If you do a good job with it, because before you write it, you need to give your opinion. You need to you think about what are your reasons going to be. It can be longer than 3 paragraphs if you need, but do a good job with this and you'll be able to get those points. Most likely going to be a quiz grade, so it's important that you do a good job with this. The second thing it tells you to do on Schoology is you're going to do this sample quiz. So you're going to go over to socrative.com. We've done this before. You're going to do student login. Room number, this is Gillette 317. And what I have for you guys is a real simple 10-question practice quiz that I want you guys to run through. So you're going to do last name, comma, first name. So for me, it'd be that. And then there's 10 questions. It's going to give you the answers. I don't care if you use your notes. Preferably you don't use your notes, but this is what I want you to take away from the work that you did yesterday. So the purpose of this is so you can see where you're at. You're going to see this stuff again. So you're going to run through the 10 questions. If you take your time, that's fine. If you go through it fast, that's fine. You won't see the exact same 10 questions again, but with me not being there to talk through it with you guys, I just want you to have an opportunity to kind of process what you did yesterday. Third thing you're going to do is going to be something new. So we're going to look at, yesterday we kind of wrapped up the causes of World War I, and that was the main wording that we used. You also looked at why the U.S. got involved, how we tried to stay neutral with President Wilson. And today we're going to look at the domestic impact. So once we decide we're going to war, what does that mean? And Wilson really wanted to stay out of the war because he was really afraid of what it would do to us. So the third thing that you guys have is a textbook excerpt. So this is the equivalent of reading a textbook. Some of you guys want to do that more often than we do. So here you go. You need to read, mark up, highlight, comment, underline this, and it's going to talk about kind of 3 different chunks here. Us sending troops, and what did that mean for us? So Doughboys is it was a nickname given to the American troops because of the way the rations were structured with bread in them. So we were called Doughboys. But you're going to look at how we sent our troops and what impact our troops had over there. And the reason that this is in the domestic part is you're going to see how many people we had to draft and what that meant as far as people leaving. The second thing is on the home front. What did that mean here? How did it change things? And then you're going to also see how anti-German public opinion increased. So you need to read, mark up, and kind of be able to understand those. You'll be able to ask me questions about that on Thursday if you need to. And once you have finished that, and that should take you a little bit of time to get through, but once you finish that, I want you to go over to the other thing that I put on Schoology. So we're down to number 4 here. On Schoology, and this is a chart that you guys are going to work on some more tomorrow, but I want you to start it today. A domestic impact of World War I chart. And during World War I, the government created a series of new organizations or entities or to oversee the war effort. We also created some new laws, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at why these were good and why these were bad. But right now I just want you to come up with a description. So we have the War Industries Board, the National War Labor Board, the Espionage and Seditions Act, and the Committee on Public Information. All you need to do for today is to fill in the first column. So all I'm looking for is definitions. So it's a description. So what was the War Industries Board? What was the National War Labor Board? What was the Espionage and Sedition Act? And what was the Committee on Public Information? You can use the websites that are down here, or you can Google them and come up with definitions. It doesn't matter to me how you do this right now, but I just want you to have a description. Tomorrow you're going to work on arguments about why this was a good thing and why this was a bad thing for each of those. But right now you're just worried about column 1. Last thing I want you to do, which is the last thing on here, is I'm going to have a survey for you. And because I haven't been there yesterday or today and I won't be here tomorrow, I need to know where you guys are at. So I want everybody to take the survey, click on the link. Okay, first name, last name, hour, and then I drop down. I want to see where you at. What's the farthest you've got done? And then if there's something else you need to tell me, let me know. That will help me planning for tomorrow, so that I know where to start you guys at and what you need to do, so we're not in too many different places at the same time. So no matter where you get, last 5 minutes of class before you clean up, last thing you need to do is this survey, so that I know. So even if you're not all the way done with the other stuff, which some of you won't be, last thing I want you to do is this. If by chance you happen to be farther ahead than this and you get everything done, you have your chart done and you're completely ready to go, what I want you to do is I'm going to attach the link to that Legacies of World War I document from the other day, and I want you to go back and look at some of the other things that went away from World War I. So if you do finish up early, you need to be doing that and not on your phones. Good luck with everything. Hopefully it goes well.